4 questions to ask to learn your true self. In this tutorial, you will learn the 4 questions you need to ask yourself in order to learn your true self, who you really are. The first question is, what really inspires me? What really causes you to step up your concentration and focus? What really causes you to go all out in your efforts to achieve something? By determining what this is, you can learn what really inspires you and learn how you can bring this inspired effort out more often in all of your activities and actions. The second question you need to ask yourself in order to learn your true self is, what really excites or interests me? People are most committed and most dedicated to tasks and activities that interest them, that excite them. This is a common reason why many people try to find a position or occupation that interests them. They will usually do their best work when it's in a field that interests or intrigues them. People don't usually focus well or put much effort into tasks or activities that bore them or don't interest them. Therefore, you need to determine what truly excites you, what truly holds your interest in order to bring out your best effort on a consistent basis. The third question you need to ask yourself in order to learn your true self is, what do I most fear? You need to know what you most fear so that you not only know what it is, but so you know how to best overcome that fear and even use that fear to help motivate you to put more effort and concentration into your work. People who fear being poor will often work as hard as possible and save as much money as possible so that they avoid poverty. They will put as much effort as possible into the actions or activities that will prevent or lessen what they fear most, so that they don't have to experience that fear at all, or as often as they could if they don't take inspired action toward overcoming it. The fourth question you need to ask yourself in order to learn your true self is, what is the one thing I most want or care about in the world? Answering this will help you to focus your energy and efforts and enable you to deliver your best effort continuously, because it is something that matters to you, something that you really care about. Again, doing activities or actions towards something you are interested in will get better effort, focus, and attention than doing activities or actions towards something you are not interested in. 4 ways to overcome any fear. In this presentation, you will learn 4 ways on how to overcome any fear. The first way is to realize the reason why you are afraid of the situation. Understanding why you are afraid of a situation is the first step to overcoming that fear, as you can't learn to overcome it if you don't understand the nature behind your fear first. This will enable you to learn the reasons behind your fear and learning how to take the appropriate actions necessary to countermand and overcome that fear. The second way is to determine what is the worst possible outcome or circumstance that can occur if you don't succeed or do well in that situation, etc. Many people fear the worst possible outcome if they don't do something well. That is why they are often paralyzed by the fear they face. If you break down exactly the worst possible outcome that could occur, you will often realize that the worst possible outcome is not as bad as first feared, which can help you to gain strength over your fear and help you to overcome that fear. The third way is to think of someone you admire for his or her strength and or courage, and determine what he or she would do in this situation. Think about someone you look up to. Then think about how he or she would handle this situation. What would be the approach and steps he or she would take to resolve this situation? This can help you to determine how you should approach your situation and what steps you need to take to resolve the situation in a positive way. This can help you to overcome your fear and actually take action toward resolving the situation. The fourth way is to critically analyze the situation and see how you can make the situation better using your own skill set to do it. Everyone has different skills and abilities. The way you go about handling a situation may be different from how someone else goes about it, based on the differences in your skill sets and even in your way of thinking. You need to carefully analyze what is causing this situation, including what factors or events are causing it. Then see how your skill set, i.e. the skills you have or are strong in, can be applied to rectify the situation. By carefully analyzing the situation and seeing how your skills can be used to improve the situation, you will overcome your fear of not being able to handle the situation or being unsure of what to do to address the situation. 5 Secrets of Building Your Self-Esteem. In this tutorial, you will learn the 5 secrets of building your self-esteem. The first way is by seeing mistakes as an opportunity to grow and not to fear. Many people see mistakes as something to fear and dread. While we should try to avoid mistakes wherever and whenever possible, we should not think that all is lost when a mistake occurs, which is bound to happen at some point. Instead, we should learn what the mistake was, how it occurred, and learn important steps in an effort to prevent that same mistake from occurring again. The second way is to be more willing to do things on your own. Many people shy away from challenges that they feel they can't handle or that they feel will overwhelm them and embarrass them because of their poor performance in handling them. Instead, if we take the challenge on head-on, we can grow as an individual and boost our self-esteem, because we'll be surprised by how well we do with the challenge. Plus, learn to improve our skills so that we can handle more types of challenges in the future with greater ease. The third way is to be more willing to volunteer for new things. Too often, many people will shy away from tasks or things they are not comfortable with, unfamiliar with, etc. They're afraid that they will be embarrassed or made fun of because they look uncertain in handling something they're not familiar with. By taking on a task you are unfamiliar with, you are working to improve yourself, your knowledge, and your self-esteem by becoming familiar and skilled with this unfamiliar challenge, so that similar challenges will become easier to handle in the future. The fourth way is by trying new hobbies and activities. When you try new hobbies and activities, you are improving your skill set to handle many different types of tasks and challenges. This will help to improve your self-esteem, because you will feel as if you can handle every challenge with skill and dexterity. The fifth way is to realize the things you do well and right. Too many people want to fault themselves for the things they don't do well, but they often overlook what they actually do well. Virtually everyone does something well, and often many things, in fact. To help boost your self-esteem, you need to recognize what you already do well. Appreciate it. Then work to improve your skill set by taking on more challenges and new activities so that you learn to do more things well. 5 Secrets to Taking Action. In this tutorial, you will learn about the 5 secrets to taking action. The first secret is to know and acknowledge your strengths. You need to know what you excel at, what you are particularly good at, to know what situations you can just jump right into right away and be able to handle well. This means you need to know what your best attributes are and how to apply them well. The second secret is to know and acknowledge your weaknesses. No one does everything well. Everyone has areas where they are not as strong in. It could be physically, mentally, emotionally, etc. The key is that you have to know what you are not particularly strong in or skilled in to recognize situations where you will need to put more concentrated effort in order to successfully resolve a situation, and or allow someone with a better skill set to lead the action to resolve the situation, and learn from him or her how to improve your own skill set in this area. The third secret is to know what really inspires you, what really drives you to improve your concentration, effort, and performance to do your best work. Things that hold our attention and interest will get better effort and concentration for us. As human beings, things we enjoy and or take an interest in will get a better effort from us, because it's easier for us to put forth a better effort than it is for us to do that toward those things that don't intrigue or interest us. The fourth secret is to know what failing to act does. If we know what will happen if we do nothing, or if we are late in acting, It will give us an impetus we need to act immediately. If a child is going to get hit by a car while crossing the street, if we don't act quickly, we'll be all the more willing to move quickly and do everything possible to reach that child, pick him or her up, and move him or her to safety. The fifth secret is knowing what leaping into action does and the benefits it can provide. As mentioned in the previous example, if a child is going to get hit by a car while crossing the street, our quick action to pick up the child and move him or her to safety will lead to the child being safe and avoid the child getting hurt or killed. Therefore, knowing what leaping into action will do and the benefits that can be gained from that action will give us the impetus to leap into action. How to develop a stronger mind. In this presentation, you will learn how to develop a stronger mind. One way to develop a stronger mind is by recognizing the things that you do well. Many people like to focus on the things they can't do or can't do well, but never stop to focus on the things that they actually do well. Virtually everyone does something well, and usually they do many things well, but never take the time to recognize and appreciate those things they do well. By doing so, you can recognize that you have the capability of doing things well, and adding to the list of things you do well. The second way to develop a stronger mind is to see mistakes as learning opportunities. Many people look upon mistakes as something to dread and fear. While you want to try to avoid making mistakes when possible, when they do occur, and they occur for everyone at some point, no matter how skilled they are, learn what the mistake is, why it was made, and the steps to take to avoid having the mistake happen again. This is how you can learn and grow from every mistake you make. The third way to develop a stronger mind is to rely on yourself and on your own intuition and instincts. Trust your own judgment and your own skills. Don't just look to others to tell you what to do or how to handle a situation. You have the capability of recognizing a situation and knowing what you need to do to handle the situation. By trusting yourself and your own intuition and instincts on what needs to be done, you will grow a stronger mind and a greater belief in your own abilities and in your own skills to get things done and handle situations as they arise. The fourth way to develop a stronger mind is to meditate for 5 to 30 minutes per day. Allow yourself to relax, block out all noise and distractions, and just to focus on your breathing. By allowing yourself to calm down and relax, you will be able to let out the stresses from your day and not let them bother you. This will allow you to clear your mind and allow you to gather your strength and to take on the challenges of the next day. By allowing yourself to let go of the struggles of the current day, you will allow yourself to be stronger and more confident to handle the challenges of the next day. How to quiet your negative thoughts. In this presentation, you will learn how to quiet your own negative thoughts, which can help you to grow your self-confidence and be able to accomplish more things in your life. The first way to quiet your own negative thoughts is by doing meditation, yoga, and/or other relaxation techniques. With the hustle and bustle of today's world, it's easy to get distracted, frustrated, and just feel overwhelmed by the constant action in today's active world. By taking the time to meditate and/or do yoga and/or other meditation techniques or exercises, you can learn to calm and quiet your mind and the negative thoughts that are within due to the busyness and difficulties of today's world. Negative thoughts often come up in your mind because of tasks or events that didn't go as planned or as well as you expected. By meditating and focusing on your breathing, you can help to silence the negative thoughts and gain the strength and will to handle the challenges you face. The second way to quiet your own negative thoughts is by exercising or working out. Aerobic exercise and/or weight training can do wonders for your mind and self-confidence, as well as for your physical health. Exercising and/or working out enables you to exert physical energy as a way to relieve frustration from the day's events that didn't go as well as you had hoped or planned. Additionally, you are able to spend time focusing your mind and concentration on doing specific physical activities that will help you to strengthen your body and your mind. The third way to quiet your own negative thoughts is by considering the things you do well, what you can call your positive attributes. Consider the tasks you do well that others may struggle with, things they may come to you for guidance or help when they need it. Virtually everyone excels at a task or two that other people marvel at, wondering how that person can do that task so easily when others can't. By considering what you do well and even excel at that others don't, you'll rid yourself of your negative thoughts over the day's events that didn't go as planned, or things you didn't do as well as you expected, because you'll realize that you have the capability of doing things well, and with added effort, the things you didn't do well on a particular day will be done much better by you tomorrow. How to recognize the greatness within you. In this presentation, you will learn how to recognize the greatness within you. The first thing you must do is to realize and recognize what you do well. In this day and age, too many people focus on what they can't do and ignore what they can do. You need to realize all of the tasks and things you can do well, as this will help you to focus your efforts on areas that require these skills and abilities, so that you can do your best work more consistently and achieve great things in your life. The second thing you must do is to realize and recognize what you don't do well. While you don't want to dwell on what you don't do well, as many people seem to do, you do have to recognize what skills and abilities you are not as strong in, so that you know what activities and actions you need to concentrate and focus more on in order to improve those skills and be able to complete tasks and actions that require skills you're not as proficient in. This will also help you to improve those skills so that you are more capable of doing tasks that require them in the future. The third thing you must do is to think of situations where you have succeeded. When you think of situations where you have succeeded in your task and have gained positive benefits, this will help you to see that you have the ability to do great things. You just need to continue working on the consistency of doing these great things more frequently, so that you can accomplish more of the goals you want to achieve in your life. By reminding yourself of the things you have succeeded at, this will help you to get through more challenging periods where success isn't as easy to achieve. The fourth thing you must do is to think of your positive attributes and qualities. You need to recognize your best talents and skills. Virtually everyone has skills and talents that they excel at, and have other people wondering how you do such things so easily, things that are not as easy for them to achieve. By recognizing your best skills and talents, you will be able to see what tasks and activities you should be involved in to realize your maximum potential and be able to achieve the greatest accomplishments you can achieve in your life. Top 3 ways to learn your best skills or attributes. In this tutorial, you will learn of the top 3 ways to learn your best skills or attributes. The first way is to be willing to try new things. Many people shy away from trying new things because they think it's too hard, it will take too much effort to learn, and or because they are afraid they will be ridiculed if they struggle with the new activity. As a result, they don't want to try to learn new things, preferring to stay in their comfort zone of what they know and do best. However, the downfall with this approach is that you never improve your skill set and never improve as a person. Plus, you deny yourself the opportunity to grow and experience the joy of adding a new skill set. Therefore, be willing to try new things and learn from the experience of the journey to learn that new skill set. The second way is to think about the successes and accomplishments you've already had in your life. Virtually everyone has had various successes and accomplishments at various points of their lives, graduating from high school and even college, getting a position in your field or occupation, getting promoted in that field or occupation, etc. You need to reflect on those moments and realize where your best skills lie, what attributes and abilities you have that you excel in, to where you can make a really positive difference in the world you live, and how others can benefit from your skills. The third way is to think about the failures and shortcomings you've already had in your life. Virtually everyone has had various failures and shortcomings at various points in their lives. Not scoring as high on an exam as expected, not getting hired for a position in your field or occupation, getting passed over for a promotion in that field or occupation, etc. You need to reflect on these moments as well, because you need to see what weaknesses you have or had and how you have tried to address them. You also need to reflect on what you did to bounce back from those failures and shortcomings, and how you proceeded to improve yourself after those failures or shortcomings, so that you could achieve the goals you set out for yourself. By recognizing what you did before to overcome those failures or shortcomings, you'll know how to handle future failures or shortcomings so that you learn from them and bounce back even quicker, as well as to be able to achieve more of the goals you've set out for yourself even more quickly than before. Top 3 ways to overcome self-doubt. In this tutorial, you will learn the top 3 ways to overcome your own self-doubt, a key component in finding your own inner greatness and achieving more in your life. The first way is by considering all of the things that you do well. Unfortunately, too many people look at all of the things they can't do, taking a glass half empty approach, always lamenting about the things they can't do. They never take the glass half full approach by looking to see all of the things they can do. You need to realize and appreciate the things you already do well, to show yourself that you have the capability of doing things well, and being able to add more things to that list of things you do well. The second way to overcome your own self-doubt is to increase your willingness to try new things, and to learn from these experiences. Many people will decline trying something new because it looks too hard, and the fact that their own inexperience with that task will make them look foolish in front of others if they struggle with it. If you look at something new as an experience to improve yourself and to grow as an individual, you'll see that trying something new is a way to improve yourself as a person, and that avoiding trying something new is actually depriving yourself of an experience that can help you to grow as a person and become better. The third way to overcome your own self-doubt is to consider why you doubt yourself. Then ask yourself if it makes any sense to doubt your own abilities. Consider what you already do well, and ask yourself how you learned to do those things well. Did you always know how to do those things well, or did you have to learn them? Chances are high that the things you do well weren't always easy for you, but you learned them. Therefore, why should you doubt yourself to learn new things and grow the list of things you can do well? The process of struggling with it at first and learning how to do it well over time worked before. Why wouldn't it work now? By recognizing that the process of struggling with something at first and learning how to do it better over time has worked before for you, you can overcome your self-doubt and realize that you can learn how to do these new things well, and that it doesn't make any sense to doubt your abilities to do things well over time. Top 5 ways to boost your self-confidence. In this presentation, you will learn of the top 5 ways to boost your self-confidence. The first way is by doing more things on your own. By doing more things on your own, without help or assistance, you will learn that you have the capability of handling and doing more things on your own than you ever thought possible. A wise saying goes, always depend on yourself. By depending on yourself, you know that you will be able to handle many situations without looking for help, or looking for someone else to handle the situation because you feel you cannot. The second way is to not be afraid to make mistakes. Many people lack self-confidence because they are always afraid of making a mistake. They lack the initiative and confidence to take action because they're always afraid of making a mistake, holding them back and causing them to doubt themselves. They always feel as if they don't have what it takes to get the job done by themselves, always needing to rely on others to handle the big stuff or important stuff. The third way is by seeing all experiences as learning experiences. You grow by doing things and learning from the successes and failures you experience. You don't grow if you always shy away from doing things, especially things and tasks that are challenging. This is how we grow as human beings. Therefore, always see the experiences and challenges you take on as ways to grow and improve yourself, no matter what the outcome is. The fourth way is by knowing that the world will not end just because you make a mistake. Many people fear the worst possible outcome in the event they make a mistake. The world is not going to stop or end because you make a mistake, even a major one, in whatever you are doing. In truth, most mistakes can be recovered from, even large ones. Therefore, you should not let the possibility of making a mistake hold you back from experiencing new challenges and growing as an individual. The fifth way is by reflecting on the experiences you have had. Learn to appreciate what you have done well, and grow from what you didn't do as well. No one is perfect, and no one will do everything perfectly. However, we can learn a great deal and improve ourselves and our self-confidence by experiencing and doing many tasks and learning from the successes and failures of each.